Most Americans are not ready for a serious disruption, not a hurricane, not a cyber attack, not a grid failure, not supply chain collapse. When stores emptied during COVID, people panicked in days. That was a warning shot. Power grids strain every year. Global tensions keep rising. Supply chains remain fragile. Economic pressure keeps building. The question is not whether something will happen. The question is whether you are ready when it does. If you don't have these 10 things, you're not ready for what's coming. Welcome to Prepper's Paradigm, your channel dedicated to practical prepping and disaster preparedness. I use a computer-generated voice because of an injury that makes my own voice difficult to understand. Today, we're covering the foundation, not fantasy gear or bunker-level budgets, not extreme scenarios, but realistic and useful prepper essentials. Everything in this video applies whether you're preparing for severe weather, civil unrest, long-term power outages, economic instability, or a true SHTF situation. Many people buy random gear and call it preparedness. Real readiness requires systems. If you're missing several of these 10 things, don't worry. That just tells you where to start. Water fails first. Food shortages take time. Security problems build gradually. Water becomes urgent within hours. Most people keep a few bottle cases in a pantry and think they're prepared. That might last 2 or 3 days for a small household. It won't carry you through a serious disruption. You need a minimum of 1 gallon per person per day. That covers drinking and basic sanitation. For a family of 4, that's 4 gallons per day. 1 week requires 28 gallons. 30 days requires 120 gallons. That number surprises people. Municipal systems rely on electricity, chemicals, treatment facilities, and constant maintenance. Remove power or disrupt supply chains, and clean water stops flowing. Even if pressure remains for a short time, you can't assume it will stay safe. Real preparedness means dedicated stored water, not leftovers, food-grade containers, a rotation schedule, protection from freezing and contamination. You don't need a bunker. You need discipline and planning. Ask yourself something simple. If the tap stopped tonight, how many days could your household function without leaving home? That answer tells you whether you're actually prepared. Stored water runs out. Even a solid 30-day supply eventually disappears. Long-term resilience requires the ability to make unsafe water safe. Most people overlook this step. They assume bottled water solves the problem. It doesn't. Storm runoff, flooded creeks, stagnant ponds, and even some wells can carry bacteria, parasites, and contaminants. Drinking untreated water during a crisis can take you out faster than hunger. Real readiness means you have multiple methods. Gravity-fed filtration systems remove bacteria and protozoa without electricity. Compact filters give you mobility if you need to leave home. Water purification tablets provide a lightweight backup. Unscented household bleach, stored properly, gives you another layer of redundancy. Redundancy matters. One filter can break, tablets expire, supplies get misplaced. Smart preppers layer solutions. Knowledge matters just as much as gear. You should know how many drops of bleach to use per gallon. You should understand contact time. You should know which local water sources remain viable during drought or contamination events. Water security does not stop at storage. It requires sustainability. Without filtration and purification, your timeline shrinks fast. Grocery stores operate on thin margins and tight delivery schedules. Most locations only carry a few days' worth of inventory. Panic buying strips shelves in hours. Resupply depends on fuel, transportation, and stable distribution networks. You saw how fast stores emptied during COVID. That happened during a mild disruption. A serious event stretches far longer. A real food supply does not mean random cans thrown in a cart. It means structure. You need stable calories such as rice, oats, pasta, and flour. Reliable protein sources. Fats for energy and cooking. Fruits and vegetables for nutrition. Some comfort foods to maintain morale. Many beginners store foods they don't normally eat. That creates waste and frustration. Build your supply around meals your household already uses. Rotate it. Track expiration dates. Replace what you consume. 30 days should be your baseline goal. 90 days creates real breathing room. If trucks stop running tomorrow, how long could your household eat without leaving home? That number tells you whether you're ready or dependent. Food storage alone does not equal readiness. Rice, beans, pasta, and dehydrated meals all require heat. Remove electricity, and most kitchens shut down immediately. Many households rely entirely on electric stoves, microwaves, and air fryers. A grid failure turns all of that into dead weight. You need a dependable off-grid cooking method. A propane camp stove gives you portability and control. A butane stove works well for smaller spaces. An outdoor grill handles larger meals if you store enough fuel. A rocket stove allows you to cook using small sticks and natural materials. Fuel storage matters just as much as the stove itself. One small propane canister does not carry you very far. Track how much fuel you use during normal cooking so you understand real consumption. Ventilation and safety also matter. Never run propane or charcoal indoors without proper airflow. Carbon monoxide kills silently. Many people stockpile dry goods and assume they will figure out cooking later. That mistake surfaces fast in a prolonged outage. If the power failed for 2 weeks, could you cook every meal safely and consistently? If the answer is no, your food supply remains incomplete. Darkness changes everything. Power goes out, and normal routines stop immediately. Kitchens become difficult to use. Bathrooms become hazards. Exterior security drops fast. Most people rely on the flashlight built into their phone. That solution fails as soon as the battery dies. You need dedicated lighting. Headlamps should sit at the top of your list. Hands-free light allows you to cook, repair equipment, administer first aid, and move safely at night. Lanterns light larger areas for group settings. Small flashlights serve as backups. Battery management matters. Store spare batteries in original packaging. Rotate them. Use rechargeable options if you have a way to recharge them. Layer battery power with a small solar panel or portable power station so you don't depend on disposable cells alone. Light affects morale as much as safety. Prolonged darkness increases stress and anxiety, especially for children. If your power went out tonight and stayed out for 10 days, how would your household function after sunset? Prepared people answer that question in advance. In a serious disruption, you become your own first responder. Ambulances slow down. Hospitals overload. Pharmacies close. Minor injuries turn serious when treatment gets delayed. A basic first aid kit with a few adhesive bandages does not prepare you for that reality. You need real medical capability. Start with trauma supplies, tourniquet, pressure bandage, compressed gauze, chest seals. Add practical items for everyday injuries. Antiseptics, bandages, burn dressing, splints, pain relief medication, fever reducer. Prescription medications require planning. Speak with your doctor about refills and safe storage. Dental issues also escalate quickly. Stock temporary filling material and strong pain relief options. Training matters as much as gear. A tourniquet sitting in plastic packaging does nothing if you hesitate or use it incorrectly. Take a basic first aid or stop the bleed course. Practice. During normal life, emergency services fill the gap. During instability, that gap widens fast. If someone in your household suffered a serious cut tonight, could you control bleeding confidently? Your answer determines whether you rely on luck or preparation. You don't need a whole house solar array to stay functional. You do need power for the essentials. Phones provide communication. Radios provide information. Flashlights and headlamps need charging. Medical devices in some households require electricity to operate safely. When the grid fails, those small devices become lifelines. A portable power station gives you flexibility without major installation. A compact solar panel allows you to recharge during extended outages. High-capacity battery banks keep phones and radios running for days. Your vehicle can also serve as a temporary charging hub if fuel remains available. Energy management becomes a skill during longer disruptions. Turn devices off when not in use. Lower screen brightness. Avoid unnecessary apps. Prioritize communication and information. Many people assume power will return quickly. That assumption drives complacency. If the outage lasted 2 weeks, could you keep essential devices running without leaving home? Preparedness does not require luxury, it requires continuity. Security problems do not wait for total collapse. Shortages increase tension. Blackouts create opportunity. Desperation drives bad decisions. Many people jump straight to firearms and stop there. Tools matter. Strategy matters more. A real security plan starts with layers. Strong doors and reinforced strike plates delay forced entry. Quality exterior lighting removes hiding places. Simple habits such as locking gates and keeping blinds closed reduce exposure. Situational awareness prevents many problems before they escalate. Defensive tools require training and discipline. If you choose to own firearms, store them safely and practice regularly. If you prefer other tools, understand the limitations and legal boundaries. Community awareness helps, but do not depend entirely on others for your safety. Build self-reliance first. Security also includes operational discipline. Avoid broadcasting your supplies. Limit who knows what you store. Desperation spreads quickly when resources shrink. If shortages hit your area and tensions rise, how would your household respond? Confidence comes from preparation, not reaction. Communication failures happen early in a crisis. Cell towers overload. Networks slow down. Power loss takes infrastructure offline. Internet service becomes unreliable. Most families assume they will just call or text each other. That works until it doesn't. You need a layered communication plan. GMRS radios allow short-range communication without relying on cell service. Know whether radios keep you informed about developing threats. Printed contact lists prevent you from relying on a dead phone battery. Physical maps allow navigation when GPS fails. Agree on simple plans in advance. Choose a meeting point if someone cannot return home. Establish a check-in schedule. Decide who contacts extended family. Keep instructions written down, not stored only in a device. If phone networks went down for several days, how would your household reconnect and share information? Prepared people solve that problem before they need to. Gear without a plan creates false confidence. Many people collect supplies and assume that ownership equals readiness. When stress rises, confusion follows if no one knows what to do. You need a written plan. Define when you bug in and when you leave. Set clear trigger points. Decide who gathers supplies. Assign responsibilities inside your household. Identify local risks specific to your area, whether that means hurricanes, wildfires, civil unrest, or economic disruption. Think through realistic timelines. How long can you stay home comfortably? Where would you go if conditions force you out? How would you transport your supplies? What route would you take if highways clog? Write it down. Stress degrades decision-making. A written plan removes hesitation. It also exposes weaknesses in your setup. You may discover gaps you never considered. Preparation does not require perfection, it requires intention. If something serious unfolded tonight, would everyone in your household know exactly what to do? If the answer is no, start there. Most people believe they have more time. More time to prepare. More time to save money. More time before something serious happens. History shows a different pattern. Disruptions arrive without warning. Store shelves empty fast. Services slow down. Normal routines break. If you're missing several of the 10 prepper essentials we covered today, that does not mean you failed. It means you have clarity. Start with water. Build your food supply. Add redundancy. Write your plan. Move forward methodically. Avoid panic buying. Avoid perfection paralysis. Progress beats procrastination every time. Preparedness is not about fear. It's about stability. It allows you to protect your household and make decisions from strength instead of desperation. You do not need everything overnight. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 10 you're strongest in and which one you're working on next. If you found this useful, hit like and subscribe. That it helps the channel reach more people who want practical, realistic preparedness. You can also visit purposeparadigm.com for additional resources to help you build your system step by step.